guys, so today we're going to be discussing your new puppy checklist if you're getting a puppy, what you need, how to puppy proof your house to make sure your house is safe for the new arrival, and what to do when your puppy arrives. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Right, so we are going to start with your new puppy checklist, which is basically things that you need to be aware of before owning a puppy. First, you need to be aware of the cost that your puppy will require, because they do require a certain cost with their food, all the things that they need, their insurance, fleas, worms, several things that actually does cost quite a bit if you add it up to how long your dog is going to be with you, which is quite long. Secondly, do you have enough time for a puppy? Because puppies require a lot of time and attention, and if you can't give that to them, then they're not going to be the happiest puppy ever. Thirdly, do you live in a home that is able to have a puppy in it? Like, do you live in a flat that is unable to have a live animal in there? Just do your research and find out if you live in a home that is allowed to have a puppy. And fourthly, you need to know if you have a vet nearby so that you can go there if your dog has an emergency or an accident that you need to get to the vet as quickly as possible. If you have to drive to another place, then it's not going to be very ideal. So make sure you have a vet nearby. And finally, do your research so that you have all the knowledge and you're prepared for anything that your puppy will need. Now, this second section is very big. Basically, it's every single thing that you need for your puppy to survive. And actually there's more things than you think about. So I thought it would be helpful to tell you this list of everything you need so that you can write it down, and then when you get a puppy you can know what you need and where to buy it from, and then you'll be fully prepared. So the first thing is a crate or a bed. You can do both, but it's your decision really. You can also have blankets. They're optional, but a good idea is to rub just at least one blanket over you and then give it to the puppy when you leave the house so that they can feel comfort knowing that you're there even though you're not. And also food and water dishes. Is it just bagged? Food and water dishes is quite important because how else are they going to eat or drink? And also you need, I'm just reading from my list of things here because there's so many things to remember. And you need a good reliable puppy food. Your vet will advise you on which one is best for your breed. Also a collar and tag. The tag is a legal requirement, so that is actually quite necessary. A harness and lead. You can get a harness or you can just do the collar, but we got both for Izzy so that we could alter, see which one works better. But it's your choice whether you want to do harness or lead. But yeah, either one works better. It's your decision really. Next one is car restraint, which is basically just a car strap, which is only really needed for long car drives, so they're more comfortable. But otherwise you can just put them in their crate in the boot of the car. And lots of toys, but only introduce a couple toys at once because they will become overwhelmed by so many toys they don't know which one to play with. And puppy pads for toilet training. Make sure when you're doing toilet training that it is constant. You need poo bags for when they go to the loo, and a brush or a comb for grooming, and try and brush them or comb them at least once a day, because it really does keep those knots out. yeah, if not then more, but at least once a day is a good kind of schedule. Also, dog toothpaste and a toothbrush. You can just use an old toothbrush, but make sure you clean it thoroughly, because you cannot give dogs human toothpaste, and if it still has a bit of human toothpaste in, it is quite toxic for them. So dog toothpaste and either a dog toothbrush or a new toothbrush. Dog shampoo, you can get a sensitive one. Just get whichever one is necessary, really. We just have a normal one for Izzy. It smells like Tutti Frutti. It's really good. It's really good because Izzy gets dirty quite a lot, so we have to wash her quite a bit because she's white, so when she gets dirty it really does show, so we have to wash her quite a bit. And dog treats, make sure they're as healthy as possible, like don't get those fatty ones. Try and, when you're in the shop picking, try and look for the look on the back of the packet so that you can see what the ingredients are. And lastly, insurance for your dog, which is necessary, very important for that. Now, for the third thing, this is puppy proofing your house. So making sure that your whole house is safe for your puppy. Also, I only recommend, if you don't have a garden, try and take them on a walk every single day. But if you have a garden, you can just give them a run if you forget to take them for a walk. But please, if you live in an apartment that is safe for dogs, but you just don't have a garden, then do take them for a walk or take them outside somewhere so they can go to the toilet, because that is quite necessary as puppies, that you toilet train them. You can't use puppy pads forever because that's incredibly messy. So yeah, puppy proofing the house. First of all, make a playpen or a small room for your puppy to be in, and do not introduce the whole house to your puppy at one go, because they will become overwhelmed. Again, a whole big house, even if it's a smallish house, a house is quite big compared to a little puppy, so they can actually get quite nervous and very intimidated by this big house, and they'll stop eating and they won't be very, very happy. You can introduce the whole house at about 2 weeks or so. 2 weeks after you have them, that's pretty much where they feel more confident, and where you can introduce the whole house. And the dog can leave their little pen or their room just to eat, because you should have their eating space and their living space separate. When you introduce them to the whole house, it's not a big deal. But as a puppy, they can learn to be very aggressive with their food if they think they're always getting food when they are in their living space. They think that they get their food there, and they always getting food because that's where they always are. So make sure you have your feeding space separate, and yeah, so they're only allowed to leave then to eat. Obviously put a water dish in their pen or room so that they can drink, because that's quite important. They need to stay hydrated. And also secure your garden, that's a big thing. Secure your garden from sharp things, holes in the fences, or poisonous plants, things like that. You just need to have a little look around in your garden if you have one, to make sure that it is 100% safe for them when you do let them out. Oh, and can I just note, don't take them on the walk, like a full walk. You can take them in the garden, but don't take them on a walk until they've had their injections, because they are quite vulnerable and they can get a lot of diseases before that. So just keep that in mind. And the last thing, this is the last thing you need, what to do when your puppy arrives, because most people, when they get a puppy, they're like, right, what do I do? I've got a puppy now, what do I do? So I'm just going to be quickly explaining what to do when you first get your puppy. So get worming flea treatments when they're needed, that's quite important. And get insurance, as I've already mentioned. A toilet train, keep it going, that's quite important to toilet train them, otherwise you'll have the house smelling like 1 or 2 all the time. Also socialise them, so when they've had their injections, take them to the park, let them see other dogs, because if you don't, they will actually become very angry and aggressive over dogs if they see them for the first time, or they could be incredibly excited and probably pull your arm off when you're holding the lead. So make sure to socialize them at a very young age, and also make sure that the training is constant. So keep the rules the same. So like if you set a rule, no dogs on the sofa, keep to it. If you have a rule where no dogs on the bed, keep to it. It's very important, because if you don't, they will think, oh, she's just going to give up. Every single time she tells me something or he tells me something, I don't have to listen, they're just giving. And that's not right. You will tell them what to do and they will listen. So, yeah. Also, get a microchip. That's a legal requirement, so it's actually very, very necessary. Get them spayed or neutered. Usually get spayed if it's a girl or neutered if it's a boy. And that just ensures that they are more relaxed and less wanting to see, someone else all the time. And give puppies space when it wants it. So like if it goes to its bed or its crate, leave them alone, because that is their time to chill and be away from you. As much as they love you, sometimes they do want some time away from you. And also sort out daycare or just be home. And also try and be home, like get off a week off work the first week that you have your puppy, because it is quite important to be there, because they are quite vulnerable and you can't leave them alone at that time. So thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Remember to leave a like and subscribe. Bye!